In this video, we'll see how we can convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. Before we start, let's get to know about some important terms that we will be using it throughout in the video. Proper fractions. What do we mean by proper fractions? A fraction in which a numerator is smaller than a denominator is called an improper fraction. For example, 2 by 5. 2 is the numerator, 5 is the denominator. Now we can see here 2 is smaller than 5. So 2 by 5 is a proper fraction, and in the same way 5 by 8 and 9 by 14. Now let's look at improper fraction. An improper fraction is opposite of proper fraction. So an improper fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. For example, 5 by 2, here we can see 5, the numerator, is greater than 2, the denominator, and that is why 5 by 2 is an improper fraction. Mixed number. What are mixed numbers, or what is a mixed number? Mixed number actually is a group that has a whole number and a proper fraction. These are some examples where 1 is a whole number and 2 by 5 is a proper fraction. With the first one, which is converting mixed numbers to improper fractions. In the first question, 1 3 by 8. We know 1 3 by 8 is a mixed number, and 1 3 by 8 is made of one fraction of 3 by 8 and another fraction of 1 full, which is 8 by 8 here, and 8 by 8 is same as 1. Now we need to note here that 1 whole is always equal to 8 by 8 or 5 by 5 or 4 by 4 or 3 by 3 or any number upon the same number. It's because it's 1 whole. So here 1 whole, it's used 8 by 8 because in the other fraction, in the proper fraction, we have 3 by 8, and we know the denominator always represents the total number of parts in a fraction, which means here the total number of parts are 8, and that is why one full fraction, one whole fraction will mean 8 by 8. So now we are converting mixed number to improper fraction, and we know that in improper fraction you don't have a whole number. So the natural instinct will be to just get rid of the whole number from the mixed number. So what we will do here is we will add 8 by 8 plus 3 by 8. Now we know 8 by 8 is same as 1, so we just replaced 1 with 8 by 8. We added by 3 by 8, and what we get is 11 by 8, and we know in 11 by 8 the numerator is greater than the denominator, and that is why it's an improper fraction. So see how we converted a mixed number into an improper fraction. Look at the second example, 3 1 by 5. We know 3 1 by 5 is a mixed number, and we also know 3 1 by 5 is made of one fraction of 1 by 5 plus a whole fraction of 5 by 5, which is same as 1 whole, and two more full whole fractions, because you have 3. Now 3 is 1 plus 1 plus 1, which means 1 whole fraction plus 1 whole fraction plus 1 whole fraction, which is 5 by 5, 5 by 5, 5 by 5. Now just like the previous example, we are converting it into an improper fraction, so we add them together, and what we get is 16 by 5. Once again, the numerator is greater than denominator, and you have an improper fraction. Now, I hope you must have understood how to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction. Converting these examples, all of them or at least some of them, into improper fractions. For video, which is converting improper fractions to mixed numbers. Now we have a fraction 4 by 3, which is an improper fraction, and we'll convert it into a mixed number. Now, as we know, mixed number is made of a whole number and a proper fraction. So let's see how we can convert this 4 by 3 to something that is a whole number and a proper fraction. Now, we know 4 by 3 is made of 3 by 3 plus 1 by 3, correct? Because 3 by 3 plus 1 by 3 gives you 4 by 3. So we can write 4 by 3 as a whole fraction of 3 by 3 and another proper fraction of 1 by 3. Now 3 by 3 can be replaced with 1 and 1 by 3 remains as it is. Adding them together will give us 1 by 3, which is a mixed number. Let's look at another example. 7 by 3. Now again 7 by 3 is made of one whole fraction of 3 by 3 plus another whole fraction of 3 by 3. Now if you just see 3 by 3 plus 3 by 3 gives you 6 by 3, which means we are still less we are still less than 1, we are still less by 1 by 3 to reach 7 by 3, correct? So we add 1 by 3, and if we add them together we'll get 3 by 3 plus 3 by 3 plus 1 by 3. That will make it 7 by 3. Now as we did in the previous example, we will replace 3 by 3 with 1, 3 by 3 with 1, and 1 by 3 keep it as it is. Adding them together will give us 2 1 by 3. Last example, 10 by 3. Now again 10 by 3 can be written as 3 by 3 plus 3 by 3 plus 3 by 3. If we add them together, the three fractions, we will get 3 by 3 plus 3 by 3 plus 3 by 3, that is 9 by 3, and 9 by 3 plus 1 by 3 will give us 10 by 3, which is what we had initially. Now the reason why we wrote is simply because we want to get rid of 3 by 3, 3 by 3 and somehow replace it with whole number. So 3 by 3 replaces with 1, another 3 by 3 replaces with the second one, the third 3 by 3 replaces with the third one. We add them together and we get 3 1 by 3, which is an improper fraction. I would like you all to try converting these improper fractions to mixed numbers, and I hope this video was helpful.